They say some things are buried for a reason. I didn't believe that until I returned to my childhood home. Now I understand why some secrets are meant to stay hidden. The house stood exactly as I remembered it. Quiet, still, and filled with an unsettling sense of being watched. It felt like it had been waiting for me. I hadn't been back in years, not since my father's final warning echoed in my mind. "Don't change a thing in that room," he had said. At the time, I thought it was just sentiment. Old people cling to memories, after all, but his tone carried something deeper. It wasn't love or nostalgia. It was fear, a kind of fear I didn't understand back then. The first night felt wrong. The silence pressed against my ears. Even the walls seemed to listen. I tried to ignore it. I told myself it was just my imagination. But the feeling didn't fade. That's when I noticed the loose floorboard. It creaked differently from the rest. A hollow sound that stood out. I had seen it before as a child. Back then I thought something lived beneath it. Something that listened while I slept. I used to call for my father. He would come in calmly. He always checked under the bed, never the floor. "Nothing there," he would say. "The Nova family doesn't fear the dark." I believed him. But now I think he was lying. Not to deceive me, but to protect me. He never let me move the rug. Standing there again, I felt the same childhood fear return. My instincts told me to walk away, but curiosity pulled harder. I knelt down slowly. My fingers traced the edges of the board. It felt older than the rest. The wood was darker, almost stained, like it had absorbed something over time. I hesitated. My heart pounded louder than the silence. Something inside me whispered not to continue. But I ignored it. I wedged my fingers into the gap. Then I pulled. The plank came loose with a crack. Cold air rushed upward from the darkness below. It didn't feel natural. It was damp and sharp, like something alive was breathing beneath the house. I froze for a moment. Then I leaned closer. I shined my flashlight into the gap. That's when I saw it. A bundle wrapped in stained linen, carefully hidden between the beams, like someone never wanted it found. My hands trembled as I reached for it. The fabric felt damp, not with water, but something thicker. I pulled it out slowly. My chest tightened as I held it. The room seemed quieter now, too quiet, like it was listening, waiting for what I would do next. I unwrapped the cloth. Inside was a leather-bound diary, old and cracked with age. Strange symbols covered the cover, faint but unsettling. They made no sense to me. The moment I touched it, the room grew colder. My breath became visible in the air. Something had changed. I opened the diary carefully. The pages were brittle, the ink faded but readable. The first line stopped my heart. "The blood must stay beneath the wood." I felt a chill run through me. "Or the Nova line ends here." The words echoed in my mind. I suddenly felt less alone. I looked around the room. Nothing moved, but the presence was undeniable. I turned the page slowly. The handwriting was elegant, calm and controlled. The name Elias Nova appeared repeatedly, a name I was told never to speak, a name my mother feared. The entries began normally. Notes about crops and land, nothing unusual at first, usual at tea. But then things changed. The tone grew darker. The words became heavier. He wrote about failing harvests, animals turning violent, something wrong with the land. Fear crept into his writing. He spoke of something watching, something waiting in the woods. Then came the night. The night everything changed. The words grew frantic. "The woods called to me," he wrote, not with sound, but presence, a pull he couldn't resist. He described seeing it, a tall, thin figure, standing at the edge of the trees. It had no face, just smooth, empty skin. That terrified me more than anything. It didn't move toward him. It simply waited, like it knew he would come closer. And he did. He stepped forward willingly, as if guided by something unseen. "I offered it nothing," he wrote, "and still it gave me everything." That sentence felt wrong. The handwriting changed again, jagged and aggressive, almost carved into the paper. The bargain was not normal. It didn't want souls. It wanted something else. It wanted presence. It wanted acknowledgement. It wanted to be remembered, but also forgotten. A contradiction that made no sense, yet somehow felt real. "The price is memory," he wrote. That line sent chills down my spine. It explained everything. The family had forgotten, but the house remembered. The wood remembered. I looked at the open floor again. Darkness stared back at me. It felt deeper now. I kept reading despite my fear. Each page grew more disturbing, each word heavier than the last. People disappeared. Family members vanished without explanation. The diary told the truth behind it. They weren't gone. They were taken, folded into the foundation of the house, their voices added to the walls. That thought made me shiver. I felt like I could hear them. Then I saw the sketches. Rough drawings filled the pages, all of the same figure, tall and faceless, standing behind family members, watching them silently. In some drawings it touched them, long fingers resting on shoulders, claiming them. I flipped to the photographs. Old family pictures, weddings, gatherings, smiles. At first they looked normal, but then I noticed it, a shape in the background, always there, always watching, too tall to be human. My breathing grew shallow, my hands shook. This wasn't a ghost story, this was something worse, something tied to us, something that owned us. The house creaked suddenly. A long, drawn-out sound. It echoed through the walls. Then another creak followed. Then another. They sounded like footsteps, slow and deliberate, moving closer. I froze in place. I turned toward the door. The hallway was empty, but the feeling remained. I looked back at the diary. My hands trembled as I turned the final pages. That's when I saw it. My father's handwriting, clear and unmistakable. My heart sank instantly. "The boy is coming back," he wrote. "The wood is thirsty." My breath caught. I can't stop him from looking. That was his last entry, written just days before he died. He knew this would happen. He knew I would find it, and he couldn't stop it. Panic filled my chest. I grabbed the plank. I tried to put it back, but it resisted me. Something pushed from below, not violently, but firmly. The air grew colder. I could see my breath clearly now. The room felt alive. The linen cloth began to smoke, thin strands rising upward. There was no fire. The smell filled the room, wet earth and copper, thick and suffocating. Then I felt it, a gentle tug on my sleeve. My body went still. I turned slowly. My eyes locked on the mirror. Something was wrong. The reflection didn't match. The door behind me was open, but I knew it was locked. Then I saw it, standing in the doorway, the faceless figure, taller than the frame, its head tilted unnaturally, watching me. It had no eyes, no mouth, yet I knew it was aware. The whispering began softly, like wind through cracks, barely audible at first, then it grew louder, voices overlapping, forming something unbearable. They were calling my name, over and over again, louder each time. I tried to scream. No sound came out. My voice was gone. The diary fell from my hands. It hit the floor heavily. Something leaked from it. Dark red liquid spread across the wood, thick and alive. The whispering grew closer. It was behind me now, breathing slowly, waiting patiently. I don't remember moving. I don't remember picking up the pen. But I am writing this now. If you are reading this, listen carefully. Do not move the floorboard. Do not open the diary, because once you do, it will see you. The wood is still thirsty, and now it's your turn.